This episode is brought to you by Domain.com. Meet Ben Baharin. He's a prominent research analyst with Creative Strategies, a research firm that specializes in this sort of thing. And Ben recently claimed, and I quote, that Samsung will be out of the smartphone business in the next 5 years. Let's vet that. Now specifically, here is Ben's argument. Android's new premium price point is between $300 and $400, and the new mainstream Android smartphone price point is under $300. No other Android OEM, Samsung included, will sell in volume anything above those prices. At those prices, cutting-edge innovation will be void, meaning the gap between iPhones and Android will grow. Ben went on to also talk about the Innovators Dilemma and how it applies to Samsung as an Android market leader. The Innovators Dilemma. It is that as the market matures, the early innovators get disrupted by competitors who come into their space with lower priced products, similar specs, the specs that matter, and eat into the market share of the early innovator in that category. And yes, obviously the prices of our smartphones are going down and they will continue to go down. But how far? Will we ever see a $200 flagship phone? That might be a bit of a stretch, but I'd say $250, $300, no problem. But as far as Samsung completely leaving the smartphone industry, no. And here's why. Both Apple and Samsung have proven that there will always be a sizable population of the market that wants truly premium products and are willing to pay for it. I'm one of those people. I like to buy the very best and I'm willing to save up to do it. And secondly, Baharin mentions how the market has changed recently, but does not appreciate history going farther back. Think about 1998 or even 2004. Were mobile phones the sensational tech fest they are today? No. And yet Samsung, along with countless other OEMs, made and continue to make devices even back then. And for all the talk about Huawei and Xiaomi and other Chinese manufacturers taking market share from Samsung, which they are doing, Samsung can lower their prices. They can compete on the entry and mid-level tiers, but they aren't, at least not at scale. They want to hold on to that premium market, and I don't blame them for doing so. Now, I'm not saying that Samsung is not in serious trouble, because they are, but Samsung knows it, and at least on paper, they seem to have a vision of how to move forward. Samsung CEO said this: "In order to overcome the current crisis, we need an extraordinary transition. If we resist changes, then we won't survive. We must become a leader in the new era with a new start." Educated guess here, but I would predict that Samsung will continue to give us a bevy of mid-tier options and still have a death grip on the true premium flagship. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. This is my new friend Tobias. I sent him a t-shirt in Spain, and I'll send you a t-shirt too if you can. 1, come up with an Android-related domain name that has not been used, makes me smile, and uses a .com. Now, why is that? Because no domain name extension tells your story with the same degree of trust as a .com or .net domain name. .com and .net domain name extensions inject credibility into your online presence. Save 15% on domain names and web hosting when you use our coupon code ANDROID at Domain.com checkout. When you think domain names, think Domain.com. Thanks for watching Android Army. My name is Jayce. Love to connect with you right here on Google Plus and Twitter. You also don't want to forget about my brothers and sister in Android. We're working super hard to be your source for all things Android.